In this third edition of Aquinas Made Simple, we look at two terms that are vital to understanding ourselves: nature and person. It's crucial because, in a sense, we are two-dimensional beings. We have a nature and we are persons. We share a common human nature with everyone in our species, yet each individual is a unique and unrepeatable person. In short, our nature is our common whatness as members of the human race, and our personhood is our unique who-ness as self-determining individuals. Hence, nature and person refer to the objective and subjective dimensions of our being. And as the divine image, each of us reflects the I and the am of God as distinct persons sharing one nature. Let's look at these two terms a little closer. Metaphysically, the concept of nature encompasses essence, which we discussed in our last episode, and manifests the modus operandi of a species. Everything living and man-made has a nature. The nature of a clock is to tell time. The nature of a dog is to bark, eat meat, and show loyalty to its pack. The nature of a bird is to fly, make nests, and find worms. Trees don't fly because it's not of their nature. As canine nature is shared among all dogs, from the tiniest Chihuahua to the largest Great Dane, human nature encompasses all humans, regardless of size, shape, color, sex, or culture. Human nature, in summary, is how we act according to what we are, the intrinsic movement that fulfills our potential as a rational bodily species. Now, person, on the other hand, signifies not what we are, but who we are. It makes us someone rather than something. Persons are subjects with intellect and will, whose self-consciousness points to a spirituality that is utterly distinct from every other. Interiorly, a person is a universe unto himself, an unrepeatable individual of untold dignity. While we all share a common human nature, our personhood is incommunicable. We are to give ourselves, but we can never really give our persons. I can never experience what it's like to be you, and vice versa. Additionally, while nature is ordered to survival, person is ordered to relationship. Each of us has an I as part of a we, ordered to relations with other created persons, and destined to share life with the three uncreated persons of God. So, like God, persons are spiritual. God, angels, and humans are the only personal beings we know of. If there are other life forms in the universe with self-consciousness, intellect, and will, we'd assume they're persons too. They wouldn't be human, but rather persons with their own alien nature. Short of that possibility, only angels and humans end up in heaven or hell, because only persons are immortal and possess the dignity of freely choosing their own destiny. The person who, with the aid of grace, chooses to live according to his nature and God's commands ends up in heaven. And those who rebel against their nature and refuse to submit to God end up in hell. It's ultimately each person's choice. So personhood, in a sense, is a double-edged sword. Non-personal animals fulfill their nature by simply following instinct. Humans, on the other hand, must understand their nature and freely choose to live according to it. And this means rejecting disordered desires and other selfish tendencies. It's important to differentiate between objects and subjects also. Things are to be used, persons to be loved. It's a common sin to flip this, to love things and use persons. Because personal animals are able to know the truth and rise above passions to choose the good, only they are morally responsible for their actions. In future episodes, we'll delve more into natural law morality and personalist values. But finally, Aristotle called human beings rational animals, and Boethius defined persons as individual substances of a rational nature. Aquinas would concur with both, but add the all-important point of divine revelation that man possesses sacred dignity as being the image of God. It's right to give God thanks for the dignity that he's bestowed on us, both as possessing a human nature, that is, and a unique personhood. And on that note, until next time, ponder on.